So I'm here with Cameron, and Cameron was a customer of mine, um, and he had been paying on his land. And then yesterday, he had some bad news, and he had had a job loss, and so he reached out to me. And Cameron, why don't you kind of explain how you reached out to me and maybe what you were expecting and how things went?
Okay, yeah, definitely. So I was just expecting to hopefully walk away from the whole situation and not be pursued, financially because I had lost my job. And then to the contrary, I said, hey, what are my options? What can we do here? And then not only did he say, Jim, say, yes, you could walk away if you'd like, but actually, here's what I could do for you. I have another piece of property in the state if you're interested, and you can just roll over what you have paid into your current property and walk away free with another piece of property with the equity that you had in your original purchasing property. Sorry if I made that a bit confusing. But so not only am I able to walk away, but then I get to walk away with property still. So it's really fantastic. And me and my family were really appreciative of the whole thing. And I'd also like to say it's not only that. So we were scouting out property with Jim to start in the very beginning. I don't know if he remembers this, but we ended up putting a deposit down. We went and looked at the property. We were going through the title agency, and we were almost through with the process. And then, my wife just decided, hey, we don't want this property. And not only did Jim let us walk away then as well, but he said, hey, here's all your money back. Just let me know if you're interested in the future. And then about another year and a half passed, and we found a separate piece of property. And it's unfortunately the one that we're having the issue with now. Not with anything with Jim. I just lost my job and we couldn't make the payments anymore. But yeah, no. So he's been very honest, very I don't even know how to say like old school, like the way people should be. Yes, and
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's been great. It's been a fantastic situation and 100% like super trustworthy, super great, and we're just super appreciative, like I said.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I always try and picture how I would want to be treated. And I deal with so many people, and so many people they ghost me or they stop making payments or I have to chase them around. And
Mhm.
you were always making your payments. And when you said you had a job loss, I was obviously it's terrible, and that's the no one wants to deal with that. The last thing you want to deal with is other obligations when you're dealing with something like that. And you
Mhm.
had paid a whole bunch of money. And I did have some of these smaller ones. And I said, let me, give you something for all the money that you've put in, instead of just saying, good luck to you. So I always try and work with customers. I don't always get it perfect every time, but I do try and make people, whole. And if they can't make their full payments on the one that they originally signed up for, you can always try and roll it into something else. Because I want happy customers. I want people to like doing business with me, tell their friends, come back again. So yeah, I just want to thank you so much for sharing that story. And I really appreciate it. I went and I got the deed signed today, so I'm going to go ahead and record it
Thank
for
you.
you. And then I'll mail it out to you so you have both the digital copy as well as the physical copy. And yeah, thanks so much for sharing your story. Was there anything else you wanted to mention before we go?
No, we appreciate it so much, like I said, and I can't say thank you enough.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you and really appreciate your time. And I'm going to end it here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.